Hey everyone, hope you're doing well and welcome back to the channel. So I've been doing some reflecting and I've essentially been thinking about, okay, what are the things that I need to stop doing going forward to ensure that I don't lose my hairline again? And of course it hasn't fully grown back yet. We're still only like 3 months post the transplant, but I'm just trying to plan ahead and, just prep for when my hair grows out fully. How am I going to maintain it and ensure that I don't ruin my hairline again? So one of the things that I'm gonna no longer do is wear wig caps. I told you in one of my previous videos that last year wig caps made my edges even worse, and I used to wear like tight wig caps. They were really small, so they would just like press into my hairline, and I noticed that they made my hairline worse, but I noticed when it was too late. Just to be on the safe side, I'm not going to wear wig caps at all. And I've got the kind of like method that I use now to, the satin bonnet cut out into a circle with the wig grip. I'm just going to use that to protect my hair and not stay completely away from wig caps, because this leads on to the second thing actually. The second thing that I'm not going to be doing anymore is wearing satin bonnets when I'm sleeping at night. And it's for a similar reason to not wearing wig caps anymore. They've got that like rim around the perimeter that it just digs into your scalp, and yeah, sometimes when you take those things off, you can see like the imprint it leaves around your head, and it just shows that those things are effectively affecting our circulation, and they're just causing unnecessary tension. So because I want to be super careful with my hairline, I've paid a lot of money for this. I've literally made myself look bald and ridiculous in order to try and have some hair there. Now that I've gone through this process, I just want to be completely safe. I just don't want anything resting on my hairline that is like tight and that, creates an imprint literally on my transplanted areas, especially because with wig caps and also with the satin bonnets, we tend to wear them for hours, like 8 hours plus. Well, you're lucky if you get 8 hours sleep each night, but 6 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever. So what I'm thinking is just, no more wig caps, no more satin bonnets. What I'm doing instead of the satin bonnets are the satin pillowcases. I am a bit worried that because my hair isn't covered, I'm worried about the grease or like the moisturizer, the moisture from my leave-in conditioner that seeping into the pillowcase, and will that affect my skin. I've got acne prone skin anyway, so I am worried if using only a satin pillowcase will affect my acne, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, no more satin bonnets. The next thing I'm going to be staying away from are braids. So braids is a huge reason why I lost my hairline in the first place. And I started wearing extension braids when I was in primary school. So maybe I was 7 years old maybe. And I used to get my, I think I shared this previously, but I used to get my hair done by, a braider. And what I haven't shared previously actually is the first time that my braids fell out. So when I was younger, I was probably 9 years old. I remember going to swimming, because we used to go swimming every Thursday, I think it was, in primary school. So I remember we were in the changing rooms. I had a swimming cap on, so we had just finished our swimming lesson. And then I remember my hair was in braids, so I had my hair braided in single plaits, in extension single plaits by this braider. I remember taking my swimming cap off, and then as I took the swimming cap off, one extension or one braid from here, I think it definitely was there, that one extension, it just fell out and fell on the floor. And I remember looking at it thinking like, gosh, that was literally the first time ever my hair had fallen out like that. And my friends were in the changing room. There were 2 other black girls, and I looked at them like what would their reaction be? And I remember they didn't even look surprised or like, what's gone on there? So I think it's quite weird how like us black girls, black females, we're just so used to things like this happening with our hair. Yeah, they weren't surprised at all. I think I picked up the extension and put it in my bag and took it home. I can't remember, but I didn't even tell my mum, I don't believe. But I remember there was literally like, it was a bald spot. It was bald, like skin here. It was bald. It did grow back eventually, but I remember that my real hair came out with the extension. And that just goes to show that, you know, these braids that we put in our hair, they're actually heavy, they're weights, and our hair may not be able to cope with so much tension, especially of course if you're young, wearing long braids as well. It's like heavy weight. So that's just one thing that happened to me like years and years and years ago. But I remember when I was in Nigeria about 10 years ago, I got my hair braided again, and it was in like, each braid wasn't too thick, but they were quite thick, each braid. And they were really, really long braids, so extensions. And she was doing it tight, and I did tell her like to loosen up, but she did everything really tight. And then I remember I kept those braids in for about 4 weeks, I think, because I wanted to get my money's worth, etc. So when I was back home in the UK and it was time to take out, or actually before it was even time to take the braids out, I remembered like just looking in the mirror and looking at my edges and seeing if I could see the little white bulb, because I knew it was really tight. I could feel the braids pulling everywhere, and it just felt like my edges were being ripped out. And I could see those tiny little white bulbs, the follicle, yeah, when I looked in the mirror. So I could see that my hair was being pulled out, but I was just praying to God, like, please don't let it look too bad. When I come to take the extensions out, please don't let it look too bad. So I remember taking those extensions out and yeah, my edges just looked ruined. And yeah, I live to regret getting those braids in. I live to regret it. I also am trying to promise myself that when I have kids, when I have girls, I will not put braids, like extensions, false hair into their hair or into their head, because those things are heavy and they really pull your hair. And we often, yeah, I don't even need to explain it. We know. As of now, I don't know how I'm going to be styling my hair going forward, because I want to lay off the wigs as much as possible. I'm not wearing the glueless lace wigs anymore. The wig that I am wearing, that you guys have seen, I wear it under a headscarf, and there's like protection around here, etc. So I know it will get boring after some point, constantly wearing my headscarf, or, you know, I don't know what I'm going to be doing to my hair going forward. I'm really trying to focus on like health and taking the vitamin tablets, keeping it moisturized. My hair feels so dry, I don't know why, but this past month or so, even though I moisturize it, although I could do better, to be honest, I tend to moisturize it once a week, so I could moisturize my hair more often, and I have actually started doing that this week. But yeah, it just has been feeling really dry even though I do moisturize it. So I need to probably relook at the products that I'm using and maybe put a bit more effort into what I'm using, because I'm only using one thing at the moment and I'm not using any oils to seal in the moisture or whatever. So yeah, lots of reflecting that I'm doing at the moment, because I just want to really ensure that I take care of my hair and my edges, my hairline this time, and do things the right way. So if you also have been reflecting on your hair journey, your hair after your hair transplant, what you won't be doing going forward to ensure that you're protecting your hair, let me know, leave a comment. I'd love to get some, you know, further tips or ideas from you guys. I hope you also found this video helpful as well. And yeah, leave any video requests that you have, leave them in the comment section so that I can build those into my video plan. So thank you for watching, and I will speak to you soon.